Hello, I'm Sally Bourner, the local policing unit commander for Solihull Borough. I can't believe another month has passed and we're now in September. And for this month's message, I'm here in Shirley. Shirley is a town in Solihull Borough, as you can see behind me, a really vibrant town, great high street that loads and loads of people visit, and it's actually on one of the main routes out of Birmingham. And I also thought you'd probably be getting a little bit bored of watching me on videos all of the time. So what I'm going to do is invite one of our neighbourhood sergeants, Simon Raithby-Allin, who's the neighbourhood sergeant for Shirley, to join me and tell you about the fantastic work that our local neighbourhood team are doing to tackle local issues of concern.
Antisocial behaviour remains a high priority for the team, and in direct response to intelligence given by members of the public at some community meetings, we've recently conducted 2 Misuse of Drugs Act warrants on Coal Green, an area of Shirley which had been blighted with antisocial behaviour. The feedback we've got from the residents up there is that this has had a marked effect on the amount of visitors and the amount of antisocial behaviour that they get in that area. Another area we're concentrating on is the use of quad bikes. Using legislation in relation to the construction and use offences, we've so far taken 2 quad bikes off the road along with a mini moto, and also given warnings to off-road motorcyclists. The team are very committed to crime reduction and crime prevention. If you are a victim of crime in the Shirley area, in most cases you will receive a visit from a PCSO or a PC within 24 hours. The purpose of that is twofold. There's the education to prevent you from being another victim of crime, but also the reassurance aspect that the team are working hard to identify problem areas and also put things right. The team have had some notifiable arrests in the past 3 months. We've had 1 person arrested for vehicle crime who is currently on police bail, 1 person arrested following a foot chase for a domestic violence offence, and also an arrest for a male who was wanted from Birmingham Crown Court for conspiracy and supply of controlled drugs, Class A drugs. As you can see, we have had some successes in the past 3 months. We're keen to build on those successes, and we can't do that without help from members of the public. Please feel free to contact us anytime, day or night. If we're not in the office, you can contact us through the webpage via either an anonymous or a named email. Details will be following shortly. Thank you.
Thanks, Simon, for sharing the fantastic work that the Shirley Neighbourhood Policing team are doing to serve and protect local people. I'm going to finish just with a few headlines in terms of what's happening across the whole of the borough. And my starting point is to say that crime is still going down. In fact, now each day we have no more than 32 offences reported to us, and of those no more than 2 people across our whole borough of over 200,000 residents, no more than 2 people are victims of burglary, and less than 1 person is a victim of a robbery. But as I say every month, there is still so much more we can do. We don't sit here complacently resting on our laurels. We continue to focus hard on bringing crime down, tackling antisocial behaviour. I've mentioned robbery there, and it's a really timely moment, particularly as young people start to return to school, to point you in the direction of our website and our Twitter feeds. All sorts of information on there about ways in which young people can protect themselves from being victims of crime, particularly on public transport. And we have a team of colleagues across the region doing great work on buses, on trains, keeping people safe. In terms of crime going down, it's no coincidence that a huge amount of that is due to our work on offenders. Relentlessly, day in and day out, we focus our energy on bringing to justice the small number of people who are causing harm and misery within our local communities. I could stand here for a whole day and actually share with you stories of offenders who are arrested and brought to justice. But I'd ask you, rather than sitting there watching me talk at the camera for ages, take a regular look at our website and you'll find all sorts of information around offenders who are being brought before the courts. We also work really closely with our partners in probation, our partners particularly in health, to actually stop people offending. And I'm delighted to say that recently the Ministry of Justice published some information for the year 2011-12, which shows that Solihull has the 2nd lowest rate of reoffending amongst adult offenders of anywhere in the West Midlands, and also one of the lowest rates across the country. We are committed to tackling the range of issues that affect local people, and in terms of everything we do, the public are our eyes and ears. You are the people who know what's going on in your local communities. Let us know the issues of concern to you. You've heard from Simon today, one of our many neighbourhood sergeants who are working locally across the borough to keep people safe. If you've got issues of concern, let your local neighbourhood team know. Details will follow at the end of the message. And if you don't feel able to tell us about your issues of concern, then you can always tell Crime Stoppers. Crime Stoppers is a free number. You can give us information and you can give it to us on the phone. The number is 0800 555 111. We remain committed to serving and protecting you, and I'd like to thank you for taking the time to listen. See you next month.